In the last few weeks, severe storms have reshaped huge swathes of the UK's coastal landscape, and over 250 flood warnings have been issued by the Environment Agency. Scotland's seen the most rainfall since records began in 1910. 140 homes in Wales have been flooded and people evacuated. The southeast has had its wettest December for 50 years, and in the southwest, the story's much the same.
Just a few days ago here at Porthcurthen Cove in Cornwall, you would have seen an iconic bit of coastline in all its glory. Since then, the wind and the waves have pummeled this section of coastline. The waves have been up to 30 feet. Can you imagine the force of the wind and the waves that have hit here, smashing what's known locally as Jan Leverton's Rock into the sea?
Dave Owens, Assistant Head of Environment at Cornwall Council, has been monitoring the effects of the extreme weather along the coastline.
Cornwall's on the receiving end of the first bit of weather that comes across the Atlantic. Says, hey, well, hey, here's Cornwall, let's give it a good smacking. It's been the worst conditions I've seen in my career. That's 25 years. We've lost structures. Some of them date back to 1847. Some of them are more modern. That was built 15 years ago. We've never seen damage like it.
How does it feel to lose these structures?
The worst news was what happened at Perranporth, where we lost the pepper pot and we had lots of damage to the inner harbour wall.
But there's some of them that you can't rebuild, they're irreplaceable.
Cornwall's a very, very dynamic coastline, and out of this storm will come new structures and the landscape will evolve.
Have you been surprised by the resilience, not just of people in Cornwall, but nationwide?
They've responded fantastically. I've been talking to colleagues in Kent and in Hampshire and in Dorset, and it's the same everywhere. The communities always respond remarkably strongly to these sorts of events. At Perranporth the other day, 100 people turned out to make 500 sandbags. Fantastic.
Like other beaches, Perranporth is missing large quantities of sand as the wind and waves have dramatically altered the beachfront.
So what's gone on here then?
Well, basically, as you can see, this was 20 feet of sand going right the way out with a smooth finish on the beach.
So it's a nice trajectory just going down to the beach, and now you've got a precipice.
Due to come a few days ago, that was about 15 feet straight down.
How quickly did this happen?
Basically, it happened over 2 big spring tides.
Does it amaze you that that can happen?
Absolutely, absolutely. But I've been here so long, it's a phenomenal sort of experience, and it's one of those that you never take it for granted. Monday lunchtime, the swells picked up to in excess of, I think, a good 30 feet. I've never seen anything like it on this beach or anywhere in the world where I've surfed. And if that had happened on Saturday night with a 7.7 tide, I imagine we'd have no watering hole and no visitors left in Perranporth whatsoever.
Are you saying that it's not as bad as it could have been?
If we'd have had a northwesterly wind, I don't think we'd be standing here. We'd be standing around the back of the building.
Now, we're all hoping that the severe weather, the worst the country's seen in decades, has finally run its course. But it's testament to the resilience of the nation that we found so many ways to overcome the devastation and disruption.